Welcome to the Real Retirees of New Jersey, powered by Liberty Financial Group and Artemis Wealth Advisors.
If you take proper planning and you create a plan and you use the strategies that are available to you, the outcomes and the probabilities are much higher and in your favor than not.
Randy and Peggy Fisher want to help you retire once and retire right.
Welcome back to the Real Retirees of New Jersey with Peggy and Randy Fisher, all powered by Liberty Financial Group and Artemis Wealth Advisors. Find all the information here in the show notes. My name is Mark Owens. Peggy, Randy, before we get rolling here this week, I owe you a thank you because I took my trip to Atlantic City, leaned on you for a lot of advice. You told me to kind of keep my head on a swivel. You told me where to go. But I got to be honest with you, it really wasn't crowded. Now, it was cold, but there weren't a ton of people around.
That's the only thing that was saving your life.
All the cockroaches were hiding.
Yeah, they were coming out. Let's do that in the summer month and let's see how it all goes.
There is some truth behind that because we had come right in between snowstorms. And there was all these snowbanks everywhere. And look, I'm a Southern boy, right? You make fun of me and my brown liquor, my humidity. Like, I'm not used to seeing snowbanks of black snow and gross, trash-filled, like 4 feet high, all over the highways. I was not prepared for that, and I think that kept a lot of people away. We did
sure did.
We did the boardwalk, walked for about a mile and a half, other than a couple of homeless folks. Like, you're going to get that anywhere. Not really that bad.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
That was really good, actually.
It'll bring you back.
Yeah. The good news is, and then it's crazy, 2 weeks later, like today, it's like sunny and 70. It's crazy. I guess you get that too in Georgia, but in the state of New Jersey, we're going to go literally from like hardcore snowstorms to describing what you just described, mounds of snow.
Yeah.
To all the snow is now melted and we have shorts on. It's insane within a 2 week time period.
Dude, you're 100% right. I mean, it was 75. No, we broke a record. We got up to 78 last weekend. And it's supposed to be back down to the 40s next weekend.
Yeah, same thing for us.
It'll snow before you.
Yeah, Randy swears that we're getting one more snowstorm. I keep telling him no.
No, we will.
Curse you, Randy.
Yes,
no.
you will. Yes,
that's what he says. One more before we go.
It's coming.
Mother Nature is undefeated. The one thing I did notice on the boardwalk I wasn't prepared for, like all the shops were closed. None of the bars were open. None of the restaurants. A couple of the gift shops were open, all selling tracksuits, which I thought was a cliche. That's not a cliche.
I love it. Randy's got his best tracksuit, don't you, Rand?
Fake weed shops, the vape stores.
Oh, that's literally, even in our town right here, it's every other corner. Actually, every corner has a vape place, or they call it a wellness center.
Yes, that was it.
The wellness center. You got to see the wellness center on a Friday night. Me and Randy passed one of those. I'm like, oh my God, like what's going on there? I'm like, oh, it's the Pot Wellness Center on a Friday night.
Ain't nothing healthy about that place on a Friday night.
No, exactly. The wellness center.
That and the shady massage parlors. The little spas. There were a ton of those.
Oh, yeah. That's another every other block.
Yeah, and a couple of them were really good, but I'll give a review on those later. Of all the casinos, Borgata.
Yeah, it's beautiful, right?
Oh,
yeah, that's a nice one.
And that your spotter is at Ocean.
No, I like both, but Borgata's really nice.
If we go down.
They always have good entertainment too there, you know?
And
you know who's there like soon? Sean Cassidy.
What?
To all the people out there, that was you don't even know who that is, do you? He's playing there. Yeah, like Sean. I had pink pants that had his face on it. I went to that Sean Cassidy concert. I was like, oh my God, he's going back. I almost asked Randy if we could go, but then I held off.
Randy, does she still put those pink pants on every now and then?
I haven't seen them.
No, Rand?
I haven't seen those.
Listen,
nope.
It's going to be a good year. Anything can happen. The other takeaway is Borgata was beautiful. But we had, out of all places, we had a lot of fun at resorts.
Oh, good for you.
Because it had a lot of character.
I love it.
And I got hit on by a hooker at like 2 p.m. So that made my ego.
Nothing like that, right? You felt good. It made you feel good.
Hit on by the homeless.
I did have some homeless lady kind of get in my face and just play cool. Look, I'm from Atlanta, right? So this isn't new to me, okay? So I'm not like timid by any means. But I mean, she was, and the funny part is she was screaming about me because I cheated on her with another woman.
Oh.
Yes. And so she was very upset with me and letting me have it. And after about 15 seconds, and I just sat there and just kind of, okay, as long as she doesn't spit on me, I'll be fine.
Then you're okay.
Then we're going to have to get some shots. But
That's nasty.
He had a nice story from good old Atlantic City.
yep. And then the security came in. Miss Eileen, you know you're not supposed to be here, and grabbed her buddy up on.
No.
Yep, and escorted her out.
I love it.
Yep.
That's great.
So we had a great time. So
I'm so glad.
next time we're doing it, we're gonna come when it's a little bit warmer and force you guys to come hang out with us too. Because
Oh, yeah. And then we're going to go to the Jersey Shore. We're going to party down. Be good times.
oh my, now then I will be timid.
Yes, right?
Then my shell shock will kick in a little bit. But it was
experience.
Yeah, definitely different experience.
Yes, 100%. All right, so let's get to it here because I know Randy is chomping at the bit here to talk about. There's a lot going on in the world right now. Geopolitical, the war in Iran, if you want to call it a war. We've seen gas prices tick up. You kind of know that's going to happen if you get any, skirmish in the Middle East. But what does all this mean? Randy, what does this mean? At the bottom line, we're worried about our money, our finances. What are you reading? What are you telling the families you serve?
It means stop panicking.
Yeah.
The panic is absurd. And the noise that's out there is
That's what
just
we say.
ludicrous.
Yeah, the noise is off
Every
the hook.
day it is so hyperextended to the point of just stupidity. Every morning the futures are read by 5 to 1,000 points, right? And it's all traded on robots. 60 to 75% of all these mutual funds that are out there are traded on algorithms and robots now. So the robot reads the news, which the news, obviously they have to sell clickbait and they have to sell headlines. The robot reads it, trades negatively. Everybody thinks the world's coming to an end.
Yeah.
And 9 hours, 12 hours later, the market actually either ends positive or flat or slightly below, right? And you're right. Everybody is like jumping off the bridges because of oil right now.
Yes.
And I got to be honest with you. I personally think that there should be an investigation into all the gas stations in America because, first of all, you can't get a tanker from the Mideast to the East Coast in 10 days.
Right.
And this thing's been going on for 10 days. We went up, what?
40 cents.
40 cents. Yeah. It's ridiculous, right? All the oil that's sitting in this country, all the gas that's sitting in this country, it's already been here.
Yeah. Drill, baby, drill.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, we don't need an ounce of oil from anywhere else. We're actually exporting, not importing. Isn't it crazy?
Right.
So the sheer fact that everybody jumps off a bridge because it has to do with the Middle East and, all this stuff about oil. In fact, it's not about oil. It's actually about insurance.
Yeah.
Because we have a plethora of oil and gas that's on barges, in buckets, and everywhere else. They're waiting to be able to transport it from one place to another. And the sheer fact of this, the primary country or the primary economy who's really been affected by this entire thing is China.
Oh, yeah, big time.
80% of all the oil that China gets is from Iran.
Right.
You know how much oil they've gotten over the last number of weeks? Zero.
Yeah.
They actually said they have 7 months of supply on demand in China to hold off that they're holding on to.
Yeah.
This has to do with insurance. It's insuring the vessels that are going through the Strait of Hormuz.
Right.
And that's Lloyd of London. That's
Yes.
why the federal government basically just said that they will back them by, I don't know, well, I think they threw out like $20 billion on the side, that they said that they'll put a sinking fund on the side in case anything happens.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, you have one boat that went through the other day, it had corn on it. I don't think they're shooting corn down.
No.
But this thing shouldn't even last any longer. I mean, quite frankly, they're talking about this could last another number of weeks. I think the government's coming out there and extending this thing out there because if they told everybody this thing can be over in 3 days and it's not over in 3 days,
Oh, God, then they'll
get crucified.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So, I mean, this thing's over. I mean, this is like the Bad News Bears playing the New York Yankees.
Good analogy,
It's over. It's done. Right now, it's basically the United States trying to figure out how do we actually have the least amount of casualties. And the other side of the equation is how do we have least amount of casualties from the Iranian people?
Right.
Because we could level a place and it'll look like a sandstorm.
Yeah, it's
right?
true.
If we wanted to. Mm-hmm. But that's not the case that we're looking to do. We're looking to basically say, hey, listen, people, you want to rise up? Go ahead.
Rise up.
But we need to find some of the other puzzle pieces and take them out because they still have their fingers on the button.
Yeah.
They operate a little differently over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They don't have like one command post. They have many command posts and they all operate independently. So where one says, hey, I'm not going to shoot anything anymore, the next one's pushing buttons like he's playing a video game.
And shooting at their friends, too, no less,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
the
really
stupidest
crazy.
thing in the world.
You're shooting at their friends.
So it's pretty ironic. But, the recipient of this is literally it's OPEC, right? I mean, the gas prices, when Donald Trump came into office, gas prices were $82 a barrel.
Yeah.
They went down to $50 a barrel 3 weeks ago. And then today they're at, teetering at $100.
Yeah.
Right. When Biden came into business, the problem with him was he shut off the pipeline. You had Ukraine invade Russia.
Right.
And Russia basically stopped all production out of where they were.
Yeah.
Right. So it is an entirely different subject and an entirely different story. And then people are like, oh, this is analogous to 1979. Back
1979. Well, a year ago, you were paying $3.80.
Here's the problem. It's not analogous.
Yeah.
Because the problem then was we were dependent on the Middle East.
Correct. Now we don't need to be dependent on them. We don't need to be dependent on them.
So, stop jumping off bridges and shitting your pants because the mainstream media is bitching and moaning. You really want the real reason why this is happening right now?
It's political.
It's all political.
This all has to do with the midterm.
This is all
elections.
the midterms.
Oh, yes, it is. Because if they can make it look good, make it look like gas prices are high, and that make the people get upset, then we know which way we're voting.
100%.
Right? Exactly.
100,000. I know people don't want to take that into consideration,
but that's what it is.
100%.
And what you need to do is ignore the noise.
Well, you would think that most people would say, oh, the United States is potentially in this conflict, in a war.
Yeah.
No matter what side you're on. If you're an American, you're on the American side.
Right.
Yeah. I've never seen so many idiots in my entire life that no matter what it is, the derangement is running rampant.
Well, it's noise versus reality. Like, what is reality?
These people could be starving, right? And Trump would hand them a cheeseburger, and they would be like, no, that sucks. I can't eat that.
You should know I'm gluten-free and vegan.
He could cure cancer, and it just wouldn't be good.
It's absolutely absurd. But the whole thing has to do with power.
Yes.
It's just absolute
power of the purse.
Power.
Right.
It's disgusting. It actually is disgusting. It's to the point right now where politics are literally, it's a team sport.
Yeah.
Are you red or are you blue?
Yeah.
And if not, you kind of sit it out. And the other problem is most of the United States population, I hate to say this to you people, but you're all stupid. You're just absolute jackasses. You either don't put the time in to figure out what the real information is.
Yeah, get educated.
Or you just don't care. Mm-hmm. You ever hear those like men on the street or women on the street, they go out and ask questions? Like,
oh yeah. Who was our last president?
These people are dumb as dirt.
Yes, it's so true. I love watching those, actually.
Forget about voting. Yeah. These people shouldn't even reproduce.
Right. What does Senate do? What does Congress do? I don't know. But that's, again, back to the education. Oh, you know what? Yeah.
I'm sorry to get on my soapbox here, but this is just nuts.
I told you we let him go. See what happens, Mark?
I'm so sick and tired of the noise right now. It's absurd.
It is. It's bad. It's really bad out there.
So it's crazy.
What do you tell? If I call you up and I'm working with you and I say, Randy, Peggy, I'm freaking out. You're right. I watch way too much news. I doom scroll way too much on my phone. I'm a little worried about what's going to happen in Iran, how it's going to affect us. But most importantly, I'm worried about the futures and what it's going to do to my money. What do you say?
Read the bulletins that we write.
Yeah, Randy does. So when these things do happen, though, what we're very good about here, what Randy's very good about, I should say, is he always sends a note out to our clients, before the phone calls even come, right? Mm-hmm. And just states exactly what we were just talking about, all the education about what's happening, what's going on, and just,
the sheer facts.
Yeah,
just for oil purposes, the United States leads the world's production in oil and natural gas, hands down, bar none. Right. Period. The end. There's no one even close.
Yeah.
You'd have to add up all of OPEC collectively to even come into competition with us at the moment. So the sheer fact that, the world is, I guess, running on OPEC's oil is not true.
Not true. Not reality.
Right? And especially the United States. We don't need a drop of oil from anybody else forever. And, you can go into one more thing that I'm actually going to be writing this week is how all of these items collectively come together. Greenland, Venezuela, Cuba, and the Mideast. Yeah. It's all collectively one whole program.
It is.
Because when you think about this, I know the midterms are coming, but one thing we finally have is a president with a set of balls the size of onions, and he don't care.
Yeah.
He just doesn't care. And the sheer fact that he doesn't care anymore is because he's got 2.5 more years.
Right.
So it's over. He's never going to get elected again. He's never going to run for another office. He's never going to do any of this stuff. The only thing he has to do now is stay alive for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Right?
That could take
But
take
other
a lot.
than that, he's literally on a sheer path to just say, how can I change the world to make it better?
Yeah.
And that's disrupting the entire globe.
Yeah.
Because the globe doesn't want to go to that point.
Right.
They like status quo.
Right.
They like talking about something and doing nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? he's not a talk about anything and do nothing. He's a talk about a lot of stuff, and let's get more stuff done.
And let's get it done by next week, shall we? Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is. But, you think about in the beginning of middle of last year, at the beginning of this year, they were bitching and moaning about Greenland, right?
Yeah.
And the whole story was, we don't really need Greenland. We don't need it for anything. Well, guess what? It would be literally a perfect location to stop Russia.
Yeah. From
or us intercepting missiles from Russia. And it's a midway point between us and Europe.
Yeah.
For help, right?
But that's not what the people on the news tell everybody. You're taking things away from them.
Donald Trump is invading.
Yeah, he's invading. He's an invader. He takes things away from people. Right.
The sheer fact is there's political noise and there's financial pornography that's out there every day, and it's spewed from the radio to the TV to the clickbait idiots that are out there. And people buy into every headline they read. And
as Randy says in his notes, though, successful investing requires ignoring the static.
My problem is, obviously, I'm long-winded, so I couldn't write just like a 2-page thing.
So here, when Randy says, here, you want to take a read to this? And I see like the pages, I'm like, I think that's 19 pages.
It wasn't 19 pages.
No, and he goes, 12. No, it was 12. This is what he sends out to all the clients. They're going to read the first sentence.
If you're listening to this, you probably have a copy. So the bottom line is, it was broken down into 3 easy sections that were like less than 3 to 5 minute reads. So,
3 to 5 minute read. That's like 5 pages each.
And then how do we get a copy of this?
Slowly? Hey, if anybody would like a copy of it, certainly give us a ring. We'd get it right out to you. So we can do it through email, or you can log on to wherever we have it. I think we have it on the website.
Yeah, we sure do.
All right, perfect. Perfect. Well, listen, let's hit pause right there for this week, because, I do think it's very important. Just cut out the noise. Just shut off the noise. And I do think it's important to say that if you are confused, you do have questions, it is kind of fun talking to Randy about these situations, because he looks at it from 18 different angles. Yes. And he has, I don't know if you noticed, he has opinions. But at the end of the day, it's all about just leveling you out. But it's true. You talk us off the ledge, because, again,
it's a big talk off the ledge.
Noise, it's just...
It is noise. Think about it. Randy, think about this. The stock market has survived every single solitary war, skirmish, invasion, whatever you want to call it. It survived every one of them.
For over a gazillion years.
And as fast as gas prices have come up, is as fast as they're going to go down.
Right. Yeah, I saw Trump say that.
Just chill out.
He mentioned that, look, yes, guy, and he'll be the first to admit it. That's what at least I appreciate about the guy. He'll be the first one to say that, gas prices went up. That's the cost of going to war with Iran right now. It's going to happen. But he also said, as soon as this is over, and it will be soon, gas prices will come back down. No administration would be that transparent.
Exactly.
Previous 100%. Administrations would blame everybody but themselves.
But he'll still be crucified for it. Because 100%. What they're going to say is, oh my God, it didn't come down fast enough.
Yeah.
Or it didn't come down large enough.
Or it shouldn't have gone up in the first place.
That's right.
Send out a mean Truth Social. How dare him? All right, let's hit pause.
I heard somebody saying the other day, just yesterday, I think, how much it actually cost the American public for the gas prices that just went up.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, had anybody had that same thought when Biden was in office?
Yeah, just a year ago. It was $3.80. Was everybody screaming, crying, carrying on?
He's a nice man.
Yeah.
He's a sweet
Jesse Jackson's family don't think so.
Ooh, how about that?
Yeah.
Goodness. I love that story came out.
Yeah, that was. I'm shocked that story came out.
I am too. I'm surprised it got as much play as it did. I knew that he had come out. His son came out and said beforehand, like, let's not make this political. And then what do our politicians do?
He blasted Obama, blasted Biden, blasted Clinton, blasted all of them.
Good. Yeah, for making and plus from the room. I mean, I don't know. But when Jesse Jackson passed away, Trump put out a very nice tweet or truth or whatever he does about their relationship. And I don't know if you've noticed in the past, if Trump doesn't like somebody in life or death, he'll let you know how he feels.
And you'll see it. Exactly.
So that leads me to believe they had a mutual respect for each other.
Right. But he wasn't invited.
Yeah. Well,
come play nice in the sandbox with the rest of them sitting rows 1 and 2.
I think he was busy.
Yeah. Very busy.
Yeah. Busy raising my gas prices because he's the... Get all the information on the team at Artemis Wealth Advisors, Liberty Financial Group. Find it here in the show notes, the phone number, the website, all that good stuff. We invite you to reach out to the team at any time. If you just have questions about these geopolitical events and how is it going to affect my financial future, nothing wrong with asking the questions. Peggy, Randy, they're here to provide a little bit of clarity and help take you off the ledge and just shut down the noise. realretireesofnewjersey.com, or again, find the phone number here in the show notes. We're back next week. Thank you, as always, for the education and the information. This has been the Real Retirees of New Jersey, all powered by Liberty Financial Group and Artemis Wealth Advisors.
We are an independent financial services firm helping individuals create retirement strategies using a variety of financial and insurance products to custom suit their needs and objectives. Investment advisor services offered through Artemis Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Artemis Wealth Advisors is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Randolph A. Fisher, insurance license number 9616074, and Liberty Financial Group, LLC, and Peggy Fisher, national license number 189-42003 and 570-5833.